So, over the last few months, I've been using a few of these lures designed and tested by a guy called Grant Woodgate from Samson Fishing. Now, I'm not advertising these lures, I'm not being paid to make this video, and I definitely don't have anything to do with the Samson Fishing brand. Now, you don't need me to sell you these lures. Grant is a very experienced and fantastic angler who's caught some really pretty unbelievable fish, including some pretty epic bass whilst using these lures out in Portugal. Now, if you haven't heard of Grant or heard of Samson Fishing, Grant has a YouTube channel and it's called Lurefishing from the Shore / Grant Woodgate. Please go check it out if you haven't heard of it or haven't seen it already. He's got some amazing videos on there, and like I said, some of the bass he catches are really quite unbelievable. So any bass anglers out there, you definitely want to go check those videos out. Now, you can also check out Samson Fishing at their website, samsonfishing.com. They have all the lures on the website available to buy, and they also have videos and tutorials about how to work each lure effectively. So yeah, head over to their site if you want to go check that out. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram as well. Just search Samson Fishing and they're on both platforms there. So, if you don't need me to sell you these lures, why the need for this video? Well, I just wanted to share with you some footage I've collected over the last few months whilst going out using these lures to catch a few bass. So here in Guernsey, and as well as the UK, using these lures, you'll be able to pick up a few different species. Mostly bass, but also mackerel, garfish, and the occasional pollock. Now, like any top waters, these lures provide some really fun fishing. Now, one morning I went out and actually had a really fun session whilst using the 21-gram bomb. Now, that video is already on my channel. I went out early one morning, hooked into a few small bass, and also had a little surprise mackerel. So if you haven't checked out that video, please go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. So yeah, please give that a watch. So the first bit of footage I'll show you is from a few months back when I went out for a quick session using the 10-gram tweak bait and the 21-gram bomb. So I've come to a rock mark this evening. Now I'm here a little bit early. The tide's still not as high as I'd like it to be, but it's a spring tide, so it's going to come up fairly quickly. Now I'm going to be fishing here for the next sort of 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm going to be throwing out some of the Samson lures. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with the 7cm tweak bait medium sink surface lure. As you can see, it's got single on the back there and one treble in the middle. Now, this should be ideal conditions for this lure, I think. I'm yet to try out this particular one, so I'm interested to see how it casts and the action on it, and we'll see if we can catch some fish. So I'm going to be fishing off a very high rock, which has its advantages and disadvantages. Obviously I can see into the water and I can see what's going on, keep an eye on the lure, but if I do hook a fish, it can be a bit of a nightmare getting it up. But like I said, I'm going to be fishing over the next sort of hour, so I'll let you know how I get on. I've just had a bass go for the lure. Really good swipe at it, but it missed it by about half a foot. Now there's also some garfish turned up as well, so I've seen them jumping out of the water, but that actually looked like quite a decent sized bass. It just missed the lure. Lost it. Well, I just had a bass take a mouthful of that lure, but it came off. But that's the thing with the lure being very small. Well, I suppose it needs to really inhale it to
get a good hook up. But what I'm doing here is literally casting it out, letting it sink a little bit, and then I'm just really aggressively and erratically jolting it through the water. I've just had another slight hit then. That one could have been a garfish, because it was just a little peck. So what I'm going to do now is just change lure. And I'm going to put the bigger Samson bomb on. This is 21 grams, a lot longer profile. I must say the actions on these little tweak baits really good. They're definitely going to come in handy for certain situations, that is without a doubt. Now I'm putting the bomb on just to create a little bit more disturbance in the water. So let's get this bomb in the water. And what I'm going to do with this one is, rather than give it an aggressive retrieve like I was doing to the last, I'm going to work it across the surface. Come on. Yeah, baby. Now, I wonder if that's the same fish or not. Going, son. Check that out. Ho, 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 ho. I'm really high up on these rocks. Oh. Hope I'm getting this on film all right. I'm going to have to slide down these rocks. It's not a beast by any means. In fact, it's actually quite a small bass. Oh, it's going again. Hopefully I don't get wet here. Right, come on you. Oh no, no, no. Whoa. That's what I don't want. To get soaked, to lose the fish and break my rod. Right, I'll just get over here and I'll give you a better show. Well, here we go. It's no monster. Got a lovely little bass taken on the Samson bomb. Had a really good swipe at it, this one. Only small, but still fantastic. Great little scrap. And some brilliant lures.
So that was a quick fun session trying out the 10-gram tweak bait. So this lure, like all the others, comes in different weights and sizes. I've been using the 30-gram tweak bait in mullet colour recently. I've only managed a few bass on this lure, including this very small one whilst fishing at a deep water mark. Now when fishing in deeper water, I've been letting the lure sink quite a bit and twitching it quite aggressively through the water. During that same session, I clipped on the 21-gram bomb and used the same technique. Here, you can see I'm twitching it quite aggressively through the water, then I hook into another small fish. So you can work these lures in deep water or on the surface like your conventional surface lures. All of the lures cast extremely far, which comes in handy when fishing windy conditions or having to reach a specific area. Now the lure I've been using the most is definitely the bomb. I really like that lure. I have it in a few different colours as well. So I have this lure in white, which is 21 grams. I have the 30-gram version in sand eel colour, and also another 21-gram version in mullet. In the next clip, it was a 21-gram bomb in mullet that I was using on a pretty overcast afternoon. This time though, I'd be working the lure over the surface in some pretty calm conditions.
So I've come out this morning in these pretty awesome conditions. We've got fog, drizzle, A big tide today, lots of swell, loads of tide movement. Right in front of me there, you can probably see it. There's a lot of tide flow here. I'm chucking out the Samson bomb, top water lure. Gonna see if we can find a bass, hopefully. Got a fair bit of swell coming in as well. So the conditions are good really for bass fishing. Just got to see if there's any here. Oh, well, that was a hit. Didn't hook up properly. Now you do get a lot of small bass in this little bay. You do get big bass as well, but in the daytime I tend to find it's mostly small stuff. But that was definitely a hit from a little bass. I'm just doing a sort of medium retrieve. I'm just twitching it the whole way in. I'm not really pausing it. Just a steady retrieve all the way in. They cast absolutely miles, these bombs. There's no wind today, or very little wind, and they absolutely fly out. So there we go, just hooked up on the Samson bomb in mullet colour. This bass took really close in. I stuck the camera on but didn't hit record properly. But first time using the mullet colour today, and it's doing the job just like the rest of the Samson bombs. Incredible lures. Let's get this guy back.
So that was a really fun little trip out using the Samson bomb. Now I must say I really like the mullet pattern on that lure. Here was another small bass I had one time, and as you can see the lure nearly matches the colour of the fish. Now I haven't had the chance to try out all of the Samson lures. There's quite a variety of them. You have the enticer, the mini candle, the fat minnow, the slim minnow and the stealth glide. Now something to look forward to would be using these lures abroad. Obviously Grant does really well over in Portugal. So yeah, hopefully once all the COVID situation is all settled down again, be able to get away and put these lures to the test somewhere else in the world. So that's it for this video for now. I hope you found it helpful. I know a few other anglers who have also been using these lures. A few of the guys in the UK have messaged me recently and we've exchanged tips, etc. And I know they're doing well on them too. I see regular posts on the Samson Facebook page as well. A lot of UK anglers getting into some really good bass. So yeah, they're proven bass catchers, so please go give them a try. Now I've also had the pleasure of speaking to Grant himself through messages. He's provided me with a few tips on retrieves and conditions to use the lures. The bigger lures for certain conditions and the smaller ones for when it's a bit calmer. So yeah, thanks very much to him. It's all really helpful, and so far it's all worked, so I can't complain. Now like I said, if you want some real evidence on how these lures work, then head over to Grant's YouTube. The videos don't lie, they're really entertaining, and yeah, he catches some really great fish, so go check him out. Head over to his YouTube channel, Lure Fishing from the Shore / Grant Woodgate. So please go check out the Samson Lures website. They'll give you a lot better information than I will about these lures. And like I said, there's videos on there of how to use them. It's got a graph on there that tells you about their casting ability, their weight, the conditions to use them in. So yeah, really useful information on their site. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to plug these lures or anything like that. My intention was to just show you a bit of footage that I've collected over the last couple of months. It means I can use it in the video and hopefully people find it helpful. And if you haven't heard of Samson Lures, it gets the name out there a little bit more. I love fishing with top water lures. Anyone who watches my channel knows that. So yeah, if anyone else out there also enjoys that, then please go give them a try. They're a bit different to your average surface lure and they do take a bit of getting used to. But yeah, they cast like rockets, they catch fish. What more do you want? But once again, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you on the next one.